Hi everyone, and welcome back to Liz Sews. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the basic supply list of what you need to make a bra. Now before we get started, I would definitely recommend that you check out the supply list included in the pattern that you intend to sew. That would be the best place to make sure that you're getting all of the materials you need to make that particular style of bra, as well as get some understanding of the types of properties of fabric that the pattern designer is intending for you to make the bra out of. But in any case, this is just a basic rundown of things that I purchase when I want to make a bra, but I don't exactly know what pattern I'm going to make. The first thing we need to look at is our fashion fabric. In my case, that tends to be lace, but it could be different materials like duoplex, silk, or satin, or spandex, or something else. Once you decide what your fashion fabric is going to be, it determines whether or not you need a lining fabric. For lining fabrics, my favorite thing to use is sheer cup lining. For a bra my size, I tend to use about 1/8 of a yard of sheer cup lining. So if you buy a decent amount of sheer cup lining, it will stretch for several bras. The next thing to consider are the notions. The first is underwire channeling. For my size, I tend to use about 1/2 of a yard of underwire channeling per bra. But just to be on the safe side, I maybe will buy 0.6 of a yard channeling, just so I can be sure that I have enough. If you're a larger cup size, so I am a 40 wire, that would work for a 40 wire or any wire that is smaller than that. If you have a larger cup size, obviously you need more underwire channeling. The next notion is going to be band elastic. This runs along the bottom of the bra. I have a very specific size that I like to use in my bra, which is 3/4 of an inch. And so I always buy my underband elastic in 3/4 of an inch and then adjust my pattern accordingly. If you find that you have a width of band elastic that you find particularly comfortable, this is what I would suggest doing. For underband elastic, I typically buy 1 yard for myself. I have a 33-inch underbust, so obviously 1 yard, which is 36 inches, should be more than enough underband elastic. For the upper band elastic, I always go with something that's about 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch. That one I tend to be not as specific about. I'll buy whatever is available in the color that I need. Again, if you find a width that you like particularly for your bras, you can always change your bra pattern to accommodate that width of elastic. It's also possible to buy underarm elastic that is in a lot more decorative stance. For underarm elastic, I also buy 1 yard, and this tends to be way more than I ever need. I probably use closer to 1/2 of a yard. The only time I'm going to use like a full yard of underarm elastic is if I'm doing a bra like the Boylston bra, where the elastic goes all the way around the band and then continues up along the strap as well. So if you're making a bra like that, which has fabric self straps, be aware that you will need more underband elastic or underarm elastic than you would otherwise. The next notion is strapping elastic. Again, with this one, I buy 1 yard increments of this. I find that 18 inches works pretty well for making straps for me. But if you're someone who finds that they are constantly needing longer straps, then you may need more than 18 inches. Or conversely, you might use less than 18 inches. Again, this is another area where I think you should try to find out which width of strap works best for you. I particularly like a 1/2 of an inch strap, so I tend to buy all of my straps in 1/2 inch widths. So if you like 3/4 of an inch straps, go ahead and buy a 3/4 of an inch strap every single time. You can always switch that out in your pattern and it doesn't make a huge difference. Now to go along with your straps, you're going to have rings and sliders. So rings and sliders need to be purchased in the same width as the strap elastic. So if you have a 12mm or 1/2 inch strap, you need to buy 12mm rings and sliders. These tend to be fairly expensive from vendors, and I like to buy them from eBay. I can get, I think it's 25 sets of rings and sliders for just around $8 US. They come in standard colors of metal, so copper, silver, gold, bronze, gunmetal. For me, I tend to use rose gold or copper more frequently, as well as silver. So those are the ones that I buy in bulk. Then if I have a special project that I think I'm going to need a different color, then I might buy those 1 or 2 at a time. Next, we need hook and eyes. Again, this is an important time to find out what size hook and eyes you prefer. I really like a 3 by 3. That means 3 rows high and 3 columns across. That is my preferred size of hook and eye, and I always change my patterns to accommodate that size of a hook and eye. If you like 2 high or 1 high, you can also purchase hook and eyes like that. Hook and eyes are available in a variety of heights, so you can buy 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 high of a hook and eye. It doesn't really matter. Just because a pattern calls for a specific width of elastic or a specific height of hook and eye doesn't mean that you can't alter it to be what you want. That's part of the reason we're making bras. So once you figure out the type of hook and eyes that you like, I would go ahead and always buy that size. Now, when it comes to hook and eyes, you have a couple of options. A lot of people find that the heat sealed hook and eyes, that is the ones that use a heat sealing process to finish the edge around the outside of the hook and eye, might be a little bit irritating to their skin. In that case, I would recommend the Bra Builder's hook and eyes because these are actually sewn together and seem to be really, really smooth against the skin. Another option is to buy hook and eye by the yard. Hook and eye tape by the yard allows you to select exactly the length of hook and eyes that you want, and then you can finish the edge of it with a satin stitch on your machine, so you can make it to any height you need. If you think you're going to be using a lot of variation in hook and eyes, this is a great place to buy maybe like a yard or two of white and black, and then you can make whatever size hook and eyes you want and try out different sizes for yourself. Next up, you're going to need some underwires. Underwires should be fit to your body and not what the pattern tells you to use. You always want to use the underwires that work best with your chest and then fit the pattern to mate that. Once you find the underwire style that works best for you, I would go ahead and buy it in bulk so that you always have them available. I like the 40 regular underwire from Bra Maker Supply, and I tend to buy mine from Beware. Well, that about covers all of the bra materials you need to make a bra. When I buy things like this, I tend to put them in little baggies to make kits for myself. I find that when you buy pieces individually, it tends to be a little bit more economical, a little cheaper than if you were to buy a kit. And a lot of times I just like the creative ability to be able to pick and choose the different widths and things that I want in my kit. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Take care.